Hi everyone, good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you are. I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for liking our pages. Thank you for following our pages. Thank you. You are blessed. I want to start with this because you are following my page and my guest page, I guess. And this is part of my gratitude to you because you are here with a reason. You are here waiting for me to come with another business partner to talk about the story. You are here for me. Thank you. So, without saying too much, for those of you that you are new on my page, my name is Steph. I'm originally from Romania, and this is my business page. I run the business from the comfort of my home. This is a digital business. It doesn't matter your location, you can run the business from anywhere in the world. Right, without talking too much, I have here one of my business partners, and she is a GP. For those of you that you don't know what means, GP in UK it means general practitioner. So, without saying too much, I'm gonna welcome my uh, business partner Susie, and I will let her to introduce herself. And feel free to say anything, Susie. Thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure, Steph. So thank you for inviting. It's a pleasure to be with you today to this Thursday morning. So as Steph has introduced a bit about myself, I'm Susie. I'm a general practitioner here in the UK. They're called by different names over the world. I know
Mhm.
some people around different parts of the world does not understand. So I am a medical doctor by background. In other parts of the world, it's called as family physicians or primary care physicians,
Mm.
depending on what part of the world you are in. So that's my background basically, and I live here in the UK with my husband, who is chef by background, and my 15-year-old daughter. And I'm a very proud digital business owner.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Susie. So you are a doctor. You know, I like what I like about this business is because not only, you know what I mean, anyone is welcome. It doesn't matter the background, it doesn't matter the position, it doesn't matter, um, you are welcome to join the business. You are welcome to, at least if you don't join the business, you are welcome to, you know what I mean, to see and to understand how this business work. That's why we even give that free webinar to people to watch, and if they like the business, they can join. If they, if they are not happy or they don't like the business, they are free not to, to step back. So this is one of the things that I'm really impressed about this. It doesn't matter your position, it doesn't matter your background, you are part, you are free to be part of this business if you really want, to be part of this business. I know you are a doctor though, but what made you to start this business? What made you to join this business?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And a lot of people do ask me, like they say, you have a well-paid job. Why do you want to do the business? For me, it all started with COVID. And at
Mm,
that time, my husband was about to change his job, and then lockdown started, and I was the only, breadwinner for about a year. So that was a lot of, weight on my shoulder.
yeah.
One thing was like I was worried about the virus. I was worried, what if I get infected? Because one of the things I do in the community is I'm the long COVID champion. That means I bridge primary and secondary care, hospital and the community
Okay.
kind of thing. So I have lots of people, even in my books today, who have long COVID, and they've not been in employment since March 2020. So they've lost their identity, they've lost their income, they've lost meaning to life. It's affected people in different ways. So thank God, I believe in God. So thank God that it didn't. I've not caught COVID, and it never affected me. But you can never be sure, isn't it? So like
Yes, sure.
anything else, when it happened, what if things were back of my mind? What if I catch COVID? What if get long COVID? God forbid. At that, there was a point in time where a lot of black men and Asian men were dying. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously my husband's Asian, so I was worried, if I bring it home, what if something happens to him? What if I give it to my daughter? So these were all worries. So in that point in time, and then because my husband was not working, and because he was not working and he was about to change his jobs, we weren't entitled for the furlough scheme. which other people
Yeah.
were getting. So we had no furlough. It was just my income. What if I become unwell and my income stops? That means we lose the house, we lose everything. And then that is where it all started. Like, no, it's not wise to be having just one source of income where you trade your time for money. That
Mm.
means you have to put in time and effort to get money back, which I understood. I obviously educated myself, read a lot of books about finance and business and things like that. And I understood that there, being an employee is the not the only way for making money. Of course, we all might start like that, but we shouldn't stop there. We should think about some getting some form of asset, and the asset giving us income, whether we are working or not. For me, the business is running extremely well. I get paid when I'm sleeping, I get paid when I'm on holiday, all those sort of things. Like, and I'm not, and the thing is, at the moment my business is working and I'm talking to you now, but
Yeah.
in the background it's running, it's working, it's flourishing, and I'm getting paid for that. And and before, I couldn't think of a concept of getting paid without you putting your time and effort. So this concept for me was very naive and new. And but this is the way forward, because we don't know our future. What if you come to a position where you're not able to work? With growing AI in the world, like everything, robots and AI is taking over. And if people think medicine is or nursing is a safe profession,
Hmm.
that's fine, it's not going to affect us. You are highly mistaken. A
Yeah.
lot of the triage systems are taken up by AI now. That means all the triage nurses, all those things are going to be phased out. A lot of work which I as a GP used to do are now done by pharmacists, by other healthcare professionals. I No problem with that. For me, I have absolutely no problem,
Yeah.
because I have another stream of income. So if one day they say we don't need GPs anymore, it's not going to be a problem, because I have my backup plan. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I have my backup plan. So my question to you as the audience is, do you have a backup plan for the changing world that's coming? It's either cheap labor going to substitute you, or AI is going to take a lot of things. There's even robots doing surgery. So you question why you need a surgeon. There's
Yes.
a now I was go like a few months back, I was seeing, like, there's a restaurant in California that's run just by robots. So
Really? Wow.
there's no waiters, there's no cooks. So they're showing, so it's robots
Mhm.
making all the hamburgers and chips, and then it's the robot serving. So that means it's not every profession is at risk. So if you think, no, I can get some form of there's driverless cars now.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Uber drivers, whether it's delivery drivers, do you think your job is safe? No. So no job is safe. So what is your backup plan? Do you have a backup plan to keep your, because the thing is, if you don't have you still need to pay for your bills. So how are you going to pay for your bills if you don't have work?
Yes. Yes.
So
That's
for
true.
me, that was like, so for me, no matter where you are in life, whether you are a stay-at-home mom, whether you are plumber, cleaner, a waiter, waitress, or a doctor, engineer, nurse, there's a lot of things that other people can do now, or AI can do.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. I think the in 2020, it was the pandemic. Yes, I will say that the world has changed, and people they start thinking a little bit, for themselves and not directed by the, let's say, by the government, because it's true. Even myself, I was being sent home from my place of work, working full time in the childcare, because they said they have to, to close the schools and the nurseries and all of that, in UK, due to the COVID and all of that. And I have to be honest, too, I was a little bit scared. Of course, they pay me, but before they pay me, before they will, before I knew that they will pay me for, staying home, all the schemes from,
Furlough scheme,
from,
yeah.
yes, I was a little bit worried, because do you know what was my mind? I was a little bit scared. Do I need, how can I dare to ask? Okay, you send me home, but you're gonna pay me? You know what I mean? I never knew how can I approach and how can I deal with this situation. And yes, I was scared, I was panicking. I will stay home and what I'm gonna do. And as I said, they mentioned that they are going to pay me, pay us through all these schemes that the government is trying to help each individual. But it wasn't easy for me accepting this because you feel like someone is controlling you. If they pay you, you have. If not, you don't have. So that, yes, I think in 2020 when the pandemic started, a lot of people, they tried to think a little bit, being selfish and think for themselves. What can I do? What can I start? What can I work from the comfort of my home? Is this something that I can do instead of depending of my job and all of that? Yes, thank you so much. So, whoever is watching now, I always mention it doesn't matter your background. Look, we've got Susie here. She is a GP. I love to say GP. I don't know, GP. When I came, by the way, to UK, GP, I never understood what means GP, but it was a cool. It was just to say GP because back in my country, we call different names, but these are GP, two letters. So it doesn't matter. Susie is here as a proof that even the doctors, even the GP, they can run the business from the comfort of their home. It doesn't matter if you have another job or if you want to keep your job, you can still run this business. So the next question is kind of, pretty much the same, asking you actually, how can you juggle between your job, running this business, and as well family? Because for some people, they can say, do I need to leave my job and do this business? They might think, you never know. Everyone has got a different, thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. So, no, you can do this with a full-time job. And I always give myself as an example. When I started the business, I was working anything between 5 and 6 days a week, an
Mm-hmm.
average of 5.5 days per week I was starting. So, as you can imagine, I'm a mom, a wife, and I'm a full-time doctor, more than full-time. Average GPs work around 4 days a week. I was working much more than an average GP. So for me, time was very scarce. So what I did is I understood the fact that when I used to come tired from work, you get frustrated. And what do? You eat and you binge watch Netflix, you binge watch Prime. And that's what everyone does. And that,
Mm-hmm.
in the name of, I worked so hard for 10, 12 hours. Now I just want my mental break. That's what I was telling myself. And you'll be surprised that people, there was a survey done in January, and an average people watch 2 hours, 25 minutes of social media a day.
Wow.
Now, if you spend even 1 hour, and I am a testimony of that, what I did is I still watch my Netflix. Don't get me wrong, I still watch that. If you spend 1 hour of that time into your business, it does miracles for you. So, and when I say an hour, I didn't have the luxury of spending a whole hour. So what I used to do is, before I go into work, I do about 15 minutes of the business. Then in between, and then, obviously in the beginning, you have to learn a lot of things, because I don't have a business degree. I don't have a business knowledge. So I had to learn the system. And for me, learning the system meant that I had to listen. So during when, as a GP, I see patients in the morning and afternoon. During lunch, we do what we call our paperwork, filing bloods, see documents and all. So I used to put those videos in the background and listen.
Mm.
All
Wow.
because we have our weekly masterminds. I listen while I'm doing work, like during when I'm filing things. And of course, there are certain aspects where you have to focus. And I'll say, okay, I need to listen to this part from this bit to this bit when I go home, because I need to concentrate. But there are a lot of it which you can listen from the background. That's part of doing the business, learning how to do the business. And then, of course, when I come back, I take a bit of rest and then eat, and then I do a bit more of the business for maybe half an hour. And that's about it. And that's what's taken me to where I am. I'm now doing the business for about 21 months. And now, from 5.5 days a week, I
Mm.
have cut down to 3.5 days. I work 3.5 days over 5 days. So that means Tuesday and Wednesday I work full days. Then Monday, Thursday, and Friday I work just half a day, like 4 hours and all. So that's how, about 3.5 days work. And I started 21 months ago with 5.5. And why am I able to cut down is because I'm getting money. My
Wow.
husband is a chef by background. He quit his full-time job last October. So he's staying at home, actually cooking for us and looking after us, and taking my daughter to school, back to school. So she's very happy. She's now doing a GCSE, and mommy and daddy's there, like to pick her up, bring her back home, feed her. For me, she needs a lot of support at this point
Yeah.
in time, and because I'm not working, I am
Yeah.
able to give that support. She'll come back and tell me how her exams went and everything, and I can be a mom. Because 2 years ago, I was not being a mom. When I used to come back from work, and I used to be, they used to be scared because I used to be angry, because I'm frustrated. I am irritable. I used to be angry, and my husband used to run to the other room. My daughter, she used to try to come and speak to me, and I used to push her away. And now she's so
Mm.
happy. The other day, she was telling, Mama, you have so much time for me. And, I feel like all that I've lost, I'm getting back. You know how much, for
Yeah.
a mom, how much that means? Like, you have to be a mom to understand that when your child sees that difference in you, and you feel, and, not no amount of money in the world can buy you that sort of thing. No amount of money can buy you. And that's what I'm able to enjoy at the moment. We've got, last year we went on 5 holidays, including going abroad. When I was working as a full-time GP, first of all, I couldn't afford going.
Yeah.
Imagine, as a full-time GP, like, I 1 year going abroad one time is like fantastic. Last time we went 5 times. One thing is, because I've cut down, my husband cut down, so we didn't have to beg for time off from our managers and things, because we were either working part, I was working, or he quit or something. So we can do what we want. And then when you're doing a business, a lot of this is tax deductible. My holidays and anything related to the business is all tax deductible. So you're actually, saving a lot of money, which, if you are an employee, there's no much tax deduct. There is, but not much.
Yeah.
So, the business has been the best thing ever for us as a family. um,
Wow.
and that's how, and that's how I started. Obviously now I have a team, so I need to, like, there are, like, last weekend I was doing an educational session and things like that, and they're doing one-to-one, because my team has grown. But when my team has grown, I've cut down the other parts of my work so that I can be there for them. So it's just absolutely amazing. So yeah, but 1 hour a day, pockets of time, is more than enough. 15 minutes 4 times a day, I think everyone can afford that. So at work, when you are taking your lunch break, instead of scrolling through social media, do your business for 15 minutes.
Wow. Thank you so much. Do you know that I was listening to you, and my next question, let's say I'm not in the business, yeah, and as a new person listening to you, to your story too, I'm like, okay, this lady, she already convinced me, but what are the steps for me to join this business? What do I need to do to join the business and to kind of do what you do, or be like you, or as a business, do like what you do, be like you, be a
Yeah.
business owner? What are the steps that I need to follow? You really really convinced me with this story, and people, they need to understand that there is always another way of earning. There is always, even the richest of the richest, they always look for the another stream of income. They always look how to build more wealth, how to, what I mean, have another business. It doesn't matter if it's like us, online. It doesn't matter if it's like a store, a shop, whatever. They always looking how to create another source of income.
Yeah.
And let's say, yeah, you convince me now. What do I need to do to join the business?
So first things first. So if you're watching us, reach out to either Steph or myself. And what we can do then is we can send you the link. I think Steph is already there. That's her website. Whoever you relate to us, if you want to speak with me, then just contact me directly, or Steph's website is there, right there. Contact us. And the first step is getting yourself registered. You can either register yourself, like if Steph's website is there, or you can contact me, I'll register you. And there is a free webinar that you can watch. For our UK timing, I always give the replay link
Mm-hmm.
because the ours is a 1 a.m. I watched the replay myself because
Mm.
I don't want to sit up at 1 a.m. and watching a webinar, the live one. So you can watch the replay, and that will give you an overview of the business. You might have a lot of questions. So if you do have a question, don't say, "Oh, I'm not convinced." You've heard our story. Reach out to us and say, okay, then we can have a chat. Okay, what part did not convince you? And we might be able to answer that. Or if you're happy with that, you take the next step. And there is a trial. There's a fee, a one-off fee of $149, and that's for 30 days. Now, in 30 days, you will come to know our program. What is it that we exactly do? The products involved. What is your involvement in the business? Now, once you learn our blueprint and you say, well, I'm not happy to do this, this is not for me, fine, because you've made an informed decision. But
Mm.
what you should not be doing is thinking, oh, this is a scam. What I tell people, if it was a scam, I wouldn't be doing it. I've been paying, I have an accountant doing my tax and my tax returns and things like that because I'm paying tax on my business. And the thing is, you can save a lot more than an employment when you're doing a business. And that's what my accountant does for me. And if you're paying tax on your business, then surely it's not a scam. That's number one. Another thing is, I've spent, 25 years of my life studying medicine. And whereas and practicing and studying medicine, I am not just going to throw all that on a
Mm.
because it's my integrity, it's my reputation. There's a lot of people. There are there are doctors, nurses, engineers, lawyers, judges. All of us are doing so. It's our credibility that's on the line, and none of us will be doing this if it was a scam. So get that mindset out. Give yourself a chance to see, is this something you can do so that you can enjoy the financial freedom that we are enjoying at this moment.
Mm.
But it all starts with a step of faith. And of course, if it's not for you, your money is completely refunded, and that's that. But what if it is for you and you can enjoy from going full time to part time? Enjoy retiring your spouse. Enjoy being with your family, being with your children, going on that family vacations, creating memories.
Yeah.
Last time, it was my last year I went abroad. I gave a surprise visit to my parents who live in India, and it was my 75th birthday. I knocked at the came from the airport, knocked at the door, and they you have to see the shock of my parents on their face when I was like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, you're 75, so I decided to come for your 75th
Wow.
birthday." You know, those things are priceless. No amount of money can actually, you cannot put a price on that. And if I was still continuing as a doctor, I would have to beg for the holidays. I'd have to beg for, if they don't give holidays, what will I do? This time, if you don't give holidays, I'm still going.
Wow. That's really, really good. And I hope someone out there they've been listening to your story, and I'm more than they're sure that they get something to learn from your story. Thank you so much, Susie. Thank you so much. This was like a very pleased interview, let's put it this way, and I'm happy you to be here to talk with our viewers, because yes, even myself, people they ask me, is this a scam? But sometimes, if you don't try, you don't know. You know, you don't know. And as well, when I talk with people that that they want to kind of join the business, I understand who is serious and who is not serious, because some of them, when you give them the website to register for the webinar, they don't even bother to register. So I'm like, this type of person, no, that's not the business. They should not join the business. They are lazy even registering on your website to watch the webinar. They are type of people that I don't want to do business with them, because I don't want to be the one to push them. Have you registered for the webinar? Not yet. Tell me. But if you are not ready to register for the webinar, I can't tell you, because this is that means I have to do all the job from my back end, because you are not ready to register, you are not ready to watch the webinar, you are not ready to work on your side, on your business. This
Yeah.
is an online business, using your computer, on your smartphone that you have. Of course you can have Susie or myself as a mentor coach, guiding you, but it doesn't mean I will kind of do the business for you
No,
you
and
know
this is not a get quick rich scheme. You
yeah.
have to do the work. I was doing the work when I was working that many hours, and now I'm reaping the benefits for that. And it's amazing when it is that way. But it didn't, but I had to do the work.
Mm,
I had to listen to those training videos while I was filing the bloods. So there was a sacrifice.
mm.
But in the end, it's all good.
Yes, that's the truth. Right. What is your advice for, well, I would say for working moms, but okay, let's say for everyone, that they are looking for opportunities to earn extra income, but they are a little bit, I don't know, skeptical, scared. What advice do you have for such people?
The thing is, this is the reason why we come out and start
Mm,
talking to put, like we are putting our face out. Like I, I tell you, I'm a general practitioner, but I do a little more than that. I'm one of the primary care network leads.
mm,
I do other things in the community also. So a lot of people know me. So the thing is, I wouldn't, as I've mentioned, I wouldn't put my face out if I thought this was a scam. Number one, like I will not, and because the thing is, I will here too, we have a registration body called the GMC. So if you just complain to the GMC saying that this person is doing this and she's scamming people, I'll lose my registration, and I worked too hard to do that. So that's
yeah.
number one. So you should feel reassured, like people like me are doing the business. And the thing is, you just need to step out in faith, because if you are looking, if you're now, some people might be just happy with their jobs. The about 15% of people in the world are happy with their jobs, but 85% of people aren't happy. So I'm talking to the 85% of people who aren't
Mm,
happy. The 50% of people are happy. I'm really happy for you. Enjoy your work. For the to 85% of people who are either disillusioned, they thought going to university, getting a job, doing that professional course was going to get them financial freedom, and like me, came to the conclusion actually it's taking me away from the things I love. Then that we are talking to such people. Okay, so we're talking to such people who are disillusioned by their jobs, who probably still love their job but hate the hours. So if you're there, and if you don't take the next step, you are going to be where you are for the
mm.
next 30 years. But for us, for me and Steph, in the next 5 years, we are going to be completely retired. And
Yes,
that's
that's
what,
true.
so I don't want to be, and honestly, I don't want to be working till I'm 68 in the UK. That's what I mean, for someone my age needs to work at the
Mm.
moment. And I don't want to work because I have to work. Now I might work because I want to work. I don't know. But what if I'm not physically able at that time to work in my late 50s and early 60s? I don't want to be forced to work the number of hours that I'm working. And so, do you have a backup plan? If not, you have to really think about it. The richest people in the world have at least 7 streams of income. Most of them have 10. And that's how they are rich. So with a job, you're never going to be financially free. And if you want to find out more on how to do it, just get in touch with us.
Yes, that's true. Thank you so much. You can put your website if you want. I don't mind, for
Oh
people to
no,
reach
that's
out.
fine. That's fine. It's all right. I usually
Yeah.
don't. That's absolutely fine. That's fine.
That's all right. Thank you so much. So, as Susie said, if you want to reach out to me, if you want to reach out to her, just feel free. Give that chance to yourself to watch the free webinar, the complimentary webinar to understand the way the business works. And if it's for you, this business, we are more than happy to welcome you. If not, you can step back and that is it. But at least you give that chance to yourself to kind of get that insight and about the business. So thank you so much for honoring my invitation, Susie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much to all our viewers. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your time with your loved one. Stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you, Steph. Take care.